So lying down or finding a comfortable seat. And we'll make a start by just noticing the physical body. And by bringing awareness to the breath. And noticing how the breath is right now, whether it's flowing with ease, if you have a full breath, or maybe it's a little bit shallow. And then when it feels right to just beginning to deepen the inhale, deepening the inhale and allowing a long, slow exhale. So we'll do 5 of these. Deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. Deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. You may find you want to pause at the top of your inhale. And maybe even at the bottom of your exhale as well. And then when you're ready, allowing your breathing to return without any conscious control on your part. Lovely. And today it's going to be, as always, a really gentle class. And the second half of the class is going to be Yoga Nidra. So we're going to go into about 10-15 minutes Yoga Nidra, just to help you relax into your evening. Yoga Nidra can help with sleep, can help with moving us into our parasympathetic nervous system. So making sure you've got cozy things with you, just to make sure that you're comfy and warm. Feels like it's got a bit chillier today, so making sure you've got what you need for the Nidra. And we'll begin by stretching overhead, reaching the arms. And then moving straight into a banana asana, where we're walking the feet to the side, coming into that full body stretch. So we'll walk the feet to the right side and then shimmy the shoulders over to the right as well. You may want to cross one ankle over the other. And you can clasp the left wrist with your right hand, just to bring a deeper stretch there into the shoulder and the armpit. And remembering the anchor for this pose, so the buttocks and the shoulders, grounding down onto the mat. And seeing where you can allow the body to be heavier. Maybe the back of the head, shoulders, backs of the hands. And softening the jaw. And having this sensation of any tension, physical or otherwise, draining from your body into the ground. And keep the breath going, slow and steady. Just another 3 deep breaths here. And after your third breath, walking the legs back to center, followed by shoulders and arms. And we'll draw the knees into the chest, hugging around the shins or around the backs of the knees. And rocking side to side, feeling into the lower back. Good. And we'll bring the legs, so the soles of the feet, up towards the ceiling, and you can keep your knees bent as much as you need, and we'll hold on to the backs of the legs and circle through the ankles. So circling ankles in both directions. Yeah, and then clasping around the back of the right thigh and lowering the left leg down, relaxing that onto the mat. And then extending up through the right leg, sole of the right foot towards the ceiling, clasping behind the thigh. If you're anything like me, you might have tight hamstrings maybe from running or maybe even sitting. So you can always rock side to side with that leg for a little while, or even drawing the leg forward and back, gently feeding into the backs of the legs. Or you may want to stay in stillness. As much as you can. I know this is quite strong for a lot of us. We're keeping the shoulders relaxed, allowing the back to be down towards the ground, so the sacrum grounding down. And then if you feel you want to, you can walk the hands a little further up the leg and begin to draw the head up towards the knee, drawing the leg closer in. Just staying here for 3 breaths or so. Sending the breath into the backs of the leg, the back of the leg. And then with control, sliding the hands back down to the back of the thigh, lowering the head and the shoulders, and bending through the right leg, rocking the hip side to side again. Wonderful. And then we'll move over to the left leg. So clasping your hands behind your left leg, right foot can come down onto the ground. And reaching up with the sole of the left foot to the ceiling. And then maybe extending through the right leg. Trying not to hold the breath, even if it feels like a strong stretch. Relaxing shoulders, relaxing the leg on the mat, the right leg. And sending the breath into the back of the left. Either staying here or walking the hands up to the shin, bringing the head up towards the leg, leg towards the head. Just 3 breaths here. keeping shoulders away from ears. And then slowly exhaling, lowering yourself back down, bending through left leg, and then rocking the hips side to side. Perfect. And now drawing both knees in, hands on top of knees and bringing knees wide. So drawing a big circle with the knees and then knees back together again. Yeah, and doing this a few times. Perfect. And then lowering the feet down on the mat, extending through the legs again. And we'll come to Banana Asana on the other side. So this time, I've got so many blankets here, hang on. You're walking your feet to the left. And then shimmying shoulders over to the left as well. Bringing arms overhead, clasping around the right wrist and maybe crossing the right ankle over the left. So a minute or so here in Banana Asana. And bringing that image to mind of any tension, physical, mental, emotional even, tension, just draining away from the body, allowing that tension to be received and taken away by the ground. Last 3 deep breaths. And after your third breath, uncrossing legs, returning to center with the arms and shoulders. And we'll come straight to lie on our stomach, so rolling over into a rebound pose on your stomach, making a pillow with the hands. And we'll spend a few breaths here, just noticing how the body is after a little stretch. And then we'll come into Sphinx pose from here. So bringing forearms to the mat and the shoulders are above the elbows. The legs can be, so the feet can be together, or to get a bit more space, sometimes it's nice to bring the feet wide on the mat. And if you have a blanket, something that you can use either to pad the elbows, or sometimes maybe even bringing a blanket under the hips can feel quite nice. You can keep your head up, or you can allow the head to come down towards the chest and relax into the shoulders. And relaxing fingers and hands. Feeling into this little back bend. Keeping the breath flowing, steady, unclenching the jaw. And you can either stay here, or if you'd like a deeper back bend, then coming into seal. So for seal, you may want to bring the hands back a little bit on the mat and then straighten through the arms. So this is quite a deep back bend. If it feels too strong, then stay down in Sphinx pose. But otherwise, allowing the chest to be broad. So rather than shoulders rounding forwards, the shoulders are drawing back a little bit. Shoulder blades down the back. Yeah, and the head can stay up or chin towards chest again. And breathe. And last 3 breaths. And after your 3rd breath, lowering down slowly. Lovely. And making a pillow with your hands. Maybe rocking hips side to side. And we'll lift up the left leg, circling through the left ankle. And keeping the support from your right hand, you may find you can reach back with the left hand, reaching back for your ankle. So this is a little bit of a quad stretch. And if you find you have a bit more flexibility there in the quads, you can bring the hand to the top of the foot and ease the foot down towards the buttocks. So this will deepen the quad stretch. If there's any discomfort in your knee, then you're pushing too much or the alignment might not be quite right, so come out. Or you can simply allow the leg to relax as it is without holding on to the ankle. Again, this is a really good stretch if you do running or cycling, where the quads can get quite tight. So last 3 deep breaths. And then exhaling, releasing left leg down, making a pillow with the hands once more before we move to the other side. Just comparing sensations between right leg and left. And then when you're ready, picking up the right leg, drawing the right foot towards the buttock and supporting yourself with your left hand and arm this time. There's no right or wrong position with the arm here, just make sure that you're supported, and then reaching back for the right ankle to begin with. And if it feels accessible to you, then you're bringing the hand on top of the foot and easing down a little bit more into the quad. You can always rest your head on your arm if that feels more relaxing. It can be really strong moving into this quad stretch. So make sure you keep breathing. You may find the longer you hold it, the more you're able to soften the muscles in the quads, and the deeper you can move into this stretch. Using the breath to help you, softening the muscles with every exhale. And the last 3 deep breaths here. And then releasing right leg all the way down onto the mat. And bringing any movement that you need into the legs. So you might want to circle through the ankles. You may want to wiggle the hips a little bit side to side. And from here we're going to come into child's pose and choosing your variations. So knees together or knees apart. If you have a bolster, you can bring a bolster in front of you. And if you don't have a bolster, then something like a cushion or a rolled up blanket can still be nice to lie on. And the arms can be outstretched, or you can turn to face one direction and bring the arms by your sides. And settling in for a couple of minutes here. Actually, we'll not spend too much longer here, as I would like you to get a good Yoga Nidra in. So we'll take just 3 more deep breaths here. And then gradually pushing yourself all the way back up and rolling onto your back. Bringing any movements in that feel good before our Yoga Nidra. So making sure that you're warm enough. Maybe placing a cushion or a pillow behind your head. Wrapping yourself in a blanket. Just doing whatever you need so that you can relax for the next 10 minutes. And beginning to notice the back body in contact with the ground, closing the eyes. And just checking that your whole body is relaxed and comfortable. You feel yourself settling in and setting aside anything that's happened before this moment, setting aside anything that's happening after, and bring all of your awareness into this practice. This is your time for yourself to rejuvenate, to rest. So a series of energetic points will be named, and allow your awareness to float effortlessly from point to point. Start by floating awareness to the point between the eyebrows. Effortless awareness of the point between the eyebrows. And now to the throat. To the right shoulder. To the right elbow. The wrist. The right thumb. Index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. And little finger. Effortless awareness to the right wrist, elbow, shoulder, throat, and shifting awareness over to the left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. The left wrist, elbow, shoulder, and throat. The heart center. The right side of the chest. The heart center. The left side of the chest. The heart center. The heart center. The heart center. Resting awareness at the heart center. Not thinking, just feeling.